Perception is everything. But it is not the only thing. Ask yourselves this. Is perception reality? Or is reality perception? There are 7.6 billion people in this world. Does that mean there are 7.6 billion realities? Or just one? Ask yourselves, which one is it? 1 or 7.6? I will tell you this. Once the doors of perception are cleansed, things will lighten and appear as they truly are. My thought is that there's one reality. Many, many different perceptions of that reality. The question is, how do you perceive it? My name is Richie Williams. I am your psychology professor this semester. A little bit about myself. 44 years old. I come from a firefighter, paramedic background. A few years ago, I decided that running in and burning buildings was not really what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was change your life, inspire you, motivate you, help you become a light in this otherwise dark world. That's what I'm here for. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the class and what we're going to do this semester. We are an online format, so therefore we're using a program called Blackboard. You've been on it for about 2 weeks now. It's a very easy format. Everything is outlined for you in weekly folders under the tab Lessons. The weekly folders will be open every Sunday evening at midnight and will close the following Sunday at 11:59. So be sure to have all your assignments turned in by then. You have discussion questions to do every week. I would like those due on Friday to give myself, your classmates, enough time to respond, because you have to respond to 2 of one of your classmates' responses. You have review exercises and quizzes every week. Those are due by Sunday. Now, I know some of you may be new to this online format. So if you have any issues, any problems, any questions whatsoever, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. Give me a few moments and I will respond to you, I promise, within 24 hours. It'll probably be within an hour or 2. You are my number 1 priority. I'm here to ensure your success. In Blackboard, you have announcements, all right? In those announcements, there will be lecture notes. Now, the lecture notes are not a supplement to the reading. They are in addition to the readings. What I want you to get out of my lecture notes are the questions that I'm asking in them. They are deep questions. They are questions that I want you to ask yourself about yourself. They are questions that I want you to ask about life, about your relationships, people you've known in the past. But mainly, I want you to search within yourselves and look for the answers to those questions I'm asking you, because they're profound, they're deep, and I promise you, when you figure out the answer, you will find out something new about yourself. It will give yourself an enlightenment as to who you are as an individual. At least that is my hope. This is an interesting time we live in. It's called a new world, I guess. There have been many, many, many times throughout history where things have happened that have changed people's perception of what the world is. This pandemic we're going through now is one of those times where our perception of the world has changed. Ask yourself this. What were you thinking back in December? How was your mode of thinking then compared to how it is now? I promise you it's different. The whole world is different. There have been many events like this in history that have changed people's perception of what life is. And we're going through that right now. I promise you, your perception of the world was different 6 months ago than it is now. And when all this is over with, or when it calms down to where it's not as a big concern as it is right now, your perception of the world will be different. I know I'm harping on the word perception because it's very key with psychology. It's very key with life because that is the main point. Perception is everything. Or is it? That's what I want you to do. I want you to ask, is it? I want you to ask why. I want you to ask why on everything. Because that's how you'll find your answers. Even if it's an ask why within yourself, ask it. Hopefully you'll be able to answer it. We're going to go over many different concepts, many different aspects of psychology. Perception is just one of them. It just happens to be my favorite topic, my favorite issue in psychology. I want you to find yours, and you will. And I want you to feel free to talk to me about any concept, any theory, any research, anything that we go over throughout the weeks. Call me, talk to me about them. I love talking psychology. I will also be holding virtual meetings once a week, starting week 3. Hopefully, y'all will all be able to log on with me at the same time, and we can all come together and talk about psychology. Talk about whatever's going on that week. Talk about what's ever going on in the world. Because it's an open class where anything can be discussed openly and freely. Your college students. All right? No topic, no conversation is off the table. It's all on the table. Let me tell you why it's all on the table. Because everything in this life, everything in this world is psychological. It's mental. It's behaviorism. Why do people do the things they do? Why do you do the things you do? Why do I do the things I do? These are questions that we're going to try to find together. I'm going to be your guide over the next 15 weeks over a very exciting journey. And it's going to be exciting because the mind is a mystical, magical, at times a very confusing place. And I'm going to do my best to unconfuse it for you. So I'm not going to get into too much today. I just really wanted to introduce myself to you, let you know who your instructor was. I do look forward to seeing y'all in virtual meetings. Please feel free to set up an appointment with me if you need some extra help with anything that we go over throughout the weeks, or if you just want to meet and discuss anything. My door is always open, physically and virtually. One thing I would like for you to do, and this is actually a free will assignment, and I say free will because you have a choice. You can either do it or you don't. This is a journal I keep. Actually, I keep 2. This is one I take with me everywhere. Everywhere. This is a book that I write down interesting thoughts I have, crazy ideas that might come across my mind, conversations that I have with friends that I want to remember. I write it all down. observations I see when I'm out, I write it down. Especially if they're unique, especially if they're crazy, I write them down. This is what I want you to do. I want you to keep a journal. And I don't mean a diary. It's not a my dear diary, dear Tuesday. It's a journal of thought, behavior, reasons, questions I want to hear. And this is not for me to grade. This is not for you to turn into me. This is for you and for you alone. I want you, after 15 weeks, to be able to look back at your journal from week 1 and see the progression of your ideas and thoughts and your take on behaviors you have seen over the past semester. I just want proof that you have one. You can either take a picture of it and send it to me, or you can show it to me in our very last virtual meeting, which will probably be around week 14. And by the way, you will know the time and place of these meetings. I will put them in an announcement. You all get an email. I hope you can all show up at the same time. If you can't, do not worry. They will be taped and on Blackboard for you to view later. And I don't know, for those of you that have, which all of you should have, already logged on and accessed Blackboard and have seen my announcements, then you know at the end of them, or what I like to call motivational quotes. Something to either get you through the day, the week, month, or year. Even if it's just to get you through the moment. They are quotes either from someone else, which I always reference because I want to give them credit, or they're my own ideas, my own motivations, if you will. Come up with your own. Write them in your book. You know, the world can be very scary. It can be very disturbing. Some people just aren't right. That's why I give you these quotes, because I want you to be different. I want you to be special. I want you to be, like I said earlier, a guiding light in this otherwise dark world. Be good to people. Be good to yourself. Everything else will fall in its place. The number one rule in psychology, with any type of psychological research, number one rule, do no harm. That's with research. Do no harm is a mantra of life. Or at least it should be. I've already left y'all with several quotes. And I'm not quite through with this video yet. But I wanted to go ahead and give you one. And that is, you never know when one word or one act of kindness will change someone's life forever. Now, I wish I could have come up with that one on my own, but I didn't. A gentleman named Zig Ziglar did. Motivational speaker back in the 60s and 70s. This is what I want y'all, what I would like for y'all to do in the next week or two. At least until we meet by week 3 in our virtual meeting. Do something kind for someone. Say something kind to someone. Doesn't have to be major. I'm not asking you to go donate $5,000 to a church. I mean something as simple as holding a door open, telling somebody they look nice, just carrying someone's groceries out to their car for them. Just do something nice for someone, because you never know what someone's going through that day. And your one act of generosity could change their whole outlook for the rest of their life, because you were kind to them. You were kind. Do no harm. Just be cool to people. All right, this is going to be an exciting ride. One last thing I'm going to leave with y'all. Everyone within themselves has a struggle at some point in their life. And it could be out throughout their entire life. But I promise you, at some point, you have the struggle or you've gone through it. Good, evil. Good, evil. Take a good look at this painting. See if you could pick out the angelic faces. See if you can pick out the evil. Which is going to win? This is the struggle many humans have. Good versus evil. What kind of person are you going to be? It's going to be a great semester, guys. I can't wait to get to know you. You need anything, call me. Peace.